Hi, hello. I have to talk about the Backrooms. I'm gonna try to not do spoilers in this one. In fact, no spoilers in this one. But I also don't know how coherent this will be because I just got out of this movie about an hour and a half ago, and I'm still on 10. Tomorrow I'll probably post a spoiler-filled review because there's a whole lot of things we got to discuss, especially for me on this page. So if you follow me, there's some theming that's been theming in my work. Hi, my name is Jasmine. I'm a visual artist, filmmaker, writer, director, producer. I be doing shit. I be doing all kinds of shit. You can see my page. Okay. The point is, I had a damn fine time. I was not expecting the movie to be that good. It's not that I thought that the movie was gonna be bad. I just was ready to like, oh, fun horror movie, popcorn. No, no, you gonna sit with your feelings. Actually, this is actually surprise therapy session, and I was, I'm cool with that. I've done therapy, and that's why I gotta do another video because there's a whole lot we have to discuss in that realm. Short version, thematically, like what's the tone here? If you're not familiar with liminal horror, there's a bunch of videos out there that can tell you better. Here's what you need to know. Liminal horror is defined by the space between where you are and where you're going. And that's why it's always these sort of hallways, weird back rooms. But this is nothing new. I made a longer video about this yesterday. Feel free to check it out. But TLDR, TLDW, liminal spaces in horror is nothing new. A ghost is a liminal creature. A bridge with trolls underneath it is a liminal space. It's going from one part of a bridge to another. Your haunted forest is a liminal space. So this is nothing new. Liminality is shown up in horror all the time, and that was what my video yesterday was about. But this movie reminded me that it goes the other way too, that liminality is more than just an empty space. It is a liminality in space time, in temporal senses, in emotional sense. Where are you in life? I'm gonna put this somewhere on the screen. I talked in the comment section of the last video about the fact that The Shining is a really good example of liminality in a movie. You can pause to read, but effectively, like the family is also frozen in a moment between where they were and the decision that needs to get made, whether it's going to rehab or having a divorce or any sort of atonement for the things that Jack is his name. Jack has done to his family. That's the middle ground they're in. That's the liminal space. So liminal is more than just the physical space. And I think it's real fucking obvious that the Backrooms understands that point. It's real, and that's and listen, okay? Because I paid for my therapy. 2020, they said we couldn't go outside, so I went inside. And there's a moment when you working through some shit that you gotta come to terms with who the fuck you are. And yeah. Yeah, see, this is why I gotta do a whole spoiler version of this. What will I say? I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. I did just really well done. I see why older filmmakers were hating on that boy. I get it now. Baby, the jealousy is loud and apparent because that boy, I don't know nothing about him. I know he had his YouTube. I know there's a web series of this. I haven't seen it. I kind of just went in cold, so I don't know his backstory. But I know that boy's talented, and I know motherfuckers is hating. That's what I see with my two eyes. I was like, oh, this boy got it. Oh, okay. Well, let me settle the fuck in. All right, hold on. You telling the story, okay? And there's gonna be a moment as a black person, you're gonna ask the question, why the fuck, blackly, are you doing this? And I want you to hold on to that thought and come back to the spoiler video because we're gonna discuss that. We're gonna we're gonna discuss that, and I don't know what you think I'm about to say, but it's probably not what you think I'm about to say. I think it's also does a really good job as a movie, visual. Again, I'm a visual girly. Of so the show don't tell, right? And this is why I want to like narrow in on the idea that liminal horror is not just the eerie feeling, but it is also surreality. It is a dreamscape. It is, I've had nightmares that feel like this movie. And that's part of the reason why I'm so unnerved right now. Is like, this is literally what it feels like to be in a nightmare. You go to sleep and you walking through one room and then all of a sudden your school turns into your bedroom, turns into the pool. Like it's and then the geometry of it is wrong. Like it really looks like my fucking dreams. But like, where was I was going with this? I was making a point, girl. Where was I going with this? I was talking about show don't tell. Show don't tell is a, for those that don't know, is a concept in film where, because film is a visual medium, you want to remember that seeing it is always going to be more engaging for an audience than being told what's happening, right? It's you've seen a movie before where someone explains some brand action sequence that you're like, oh, I would have loved to have seen that, but instead you explained it to me because it all happened off camera, and that's really fucking boring to hear, like that kind of thing. For black people in the audience watching this, if you're familiar with Prim's Hood cinema, this is why he hates the open narration to hood movies, because they're telling you shit that you could probably just see on screen. It gets tedious, right? Okay. Anywho, I think what this movie does really well is not just show don't tell, right? You get the feeling of this existential dreamlike scape through the geometry, through the way the props or the set design starts to melt and distort. But you also, I think it's also show can't tell. And that, now we're getting cosmic horror. Now we're getting Lovecraftian with it. When he tries, that was gonna be a spoiler. Um, in the horror movie trope of someone experiencing something paranormal and trying to explain it to someone else, it does not work. It falls apart immediately. It falls apart immediately, and it's because he cannot explain what the fuck's happening. Right? Show don't tell. It's like show don't tell, but now it's show can't tell, and that, again, going back to the themes of the psychological that's happening, just it's modern surrealism is what it is. It's it's gonna hit a little too on the like head for some folks. Like it's gonna hit people in a way that they're not gonna know how to process. Like if you've gone like low or no contact with somebody, come back to my video tomorrow, cause I got something for you too. Okay. Oh man. So yeah, I enjoyed myself. I had a great time, as you can see. I'm recording this at midnight because I don't want to go to sleep. I guess I heard people complain about the creature. I thought the shit was creepy. But again, if you not following the theme, then it's not gonna hit. She's giving Babadook. Okay, that's, go in with that. Go in there, and that'll help. She's a haunting on Hill House. Okay, that's, actually, I meant the Netflix show, but I actually, oh, can I tie this to Shirley Jackson? Oh, could I? Would Shirley Jackson would have loved the Backrooms? Is that what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to sleep on that. Until next time, thank you for listening. This was really for me because I'm really not ready to go to bed. Okay, bye.